You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
Welcome to the Hot Options Report, your premier source for insight into the fast-moving options market. Each day, we'll track down the products that are dominating the options chains and impacting your trading account, from Nvidia to VIX and everything in between. If it's lighting up the options tape, then you'll find it on the Hot Options Report.
All right, everybody, that music means we are back once again. Time to break down your Hot Options Report for Monday, January 12th. The second full trading week of the new year. Hope your new year is off to a rockin' start. My name, of course, Mark Longo from theoptionsinsider.com, as well as on the network upon which all of you folks are binging out there right now. I remind you of a couple of things at the top of the show. A, make sure you're subscribed to the full network wherever you get your favorite podcast. B, if you're intrigued, check out the pro, theoptionsinsider.com/pro is the place to go to learn more. And then, of course, C, make sure you're checking out our friends over there at thehotoptionsreport.com. If you want to check out all the numbers we're talking about today and a whole bunch more we don't have time to get to. They literally break down the whole options market. You can't beat the data. You can't beat the price. Thehotoptionsreport.com is the place to go as we go on into the top 10 for today. Was it a banger day? You know, we were excited on the option block earlier today when we saw about 300,000 contracts on the tape for the most active. We thought, okay, that's going to bode well for the end of the day. It's going to be a hot day. It ended up being a decently active day, but not explosive. Only about 50% more is what we saw to break into the top 10. 450,000 at the end of the day. It gets us to our old pal Intel. Intel closing today, $44.06, off about $1.50 or 3.25%. The hot option in Intel land, 26,000 of the Jan 45s. Average price for these about $1.15. It's like there was flow on both sides. Listeners paper could have been selling these or buying them. Either way, it might be closing flow. Would you be selling the 45s right now for $1.15? Are you saying, give me those? As we give you number 9 here on the list, listeners, it's our old pal SMCI sneaking in to the top 10 today, also right around 450,000 contracts. So a bit of a tie for the number 10/9 spot today. SMCI off about 4 cents, so not a wild day for them. And again, putting up 450,000 contracts. For the number 9 spot, the hot option in SMCI today, 58,000 of the March 30s. Very interesting stuff. Average price for these, $4 exactly. So stock going out right about $30 at the money call, going all the way out to March expiration. You like those for $4? Roll the bones on a little bit upside? Or would you be selling those all day, listeners? As we keep climbing to number 8, it's our old pal Oracle back on the list. Oracle putting up 461,000 contracts. For the number 8 spot today, Oracle rallying a little over $6, $6.05 to be precise, closing 204.68 today. So a good day for Oracle, getting back some of the lost luster that it's had out there. The hot option in Oracle land today, 42,000 of the 210 calls. Average price for those, $2.13. As we keep climbing to number 7, it's our old pal Palantir, 465,000 contracts on the tape. So again, we're all the way at number 7, only at 465. So not a rock'em sock'em robots day, listeners. Palantir rallying back nearly $2, about $1.92 to close 179.41, up about 1%, putting up 30,000 of the 190 calls today. That was the hot option. Average price for these about 73 cents, 190. Maybe a long way to go for the rest of the week. Again, you got all week to get there, but if you're paying 73 cents for those, maybe you're not a happy camper right now. On the flip side, this could have been closing paper as well, so someone could have been getting the heck out of Dodge, taking their 73 cents they have left and trying to live to fight another day. As we keep fighting all the way up to the number 6 spot, it's our old pal, the Amazonians. Amazon selling off nearly $1 today, closing 246.47, putting up 560,000 contracts. For the number 6 spot, the hot option in the Amazonians today, 52,000 of the 250s. Average price for these, 212. So again, a psychologically important strike out there. Can they get to 250 by the end of the week? Or would you be selling these all day long and taking that $2.12 and putting it in your pocket? Again, this could potentially be closing paper as well. So some folks could be getting the heck out of Dodge on a lot of their upside on some of these names out here, listeners, as we keep climbing to number 5, another name sneaking into the top 10 we haven't talked about in a while. This is our old pal Baba. Baba closing today, $166.31, up $15.36, or a little over 10%, putting up 638,000 contracts. For the number 5 spot, the hot option in Baba today, 38,000 of the 170s. Average price for these, $1.90. Got close to those today, 167.69. So maybe you like that 170 strike as a bit of a nibble, or you're selling these all day long. This was opening flow, listeners, so we'll keep an eye on this as we keep climbing to the number 4 spot, our old pal Netflix. Were they climbing today? The answer was no, selling off below the 90 handle, 89.42 today, putting up 657,000 contracts. For the number 4 spot, the hot option in Netflix land, 25,000 of the 92 half calls. Average price for these, 42 cents. Once again, this could potentially be closing. Paper could be selling out or perhaps buying back a short. Either way, listeners, we'll keep an eye. 92 half by the end of the week. Can Netflix get back up there? As we keep climbing to number 3, it's our old pal, the fruit company, a.k.a. Apple, putting up 922,000 contracts. So all the way up at number 3, we're finally starting to hit some, dare I say it, respectable paper, listeners. Apple rallying back a little bit today after having a rough start to the year, selling off pretty much every session so far this year, with the exception of today, popping almost 90 cents, closing 260.25 today, putting up 922,000 contracts. For the number 3 spot, the hot option in the fruit company today, 57,000 of the 265s. Average price for these, $1.04. So once again, listeners, you think Apple can get back there by the end of the week? In which case, maybe you like these. Otherwise, you're maybe hitting the bid on these all day long as we keep climbing to number 2. Who was it this week, listeners? Was it Tesla or was it Nvidia? The answer was, it was Tesla coming in at the number 2 spot, listeners, putting up nearly 1.5 million contracts today. Tesla has been on a wild ride of late, listeners, rallying. We were talking about the 500 calls not too long ago. Also talking about the 430 puts not too long ago as well. So a lot of wild action in Tesla. Tesla ended up rallying today, $3.95, closing 448.96. They got up as high intraday as about 454.30. So we saw a lot of action earlier in the day on those 450 calls. Is that still the case? Well, the answer was yes. The hot option in Tesla today, 101,000 of the 450s. Average price for these, $7.88. So once again, if you think Tesla's got some upside oomph in it this week, maybe you like these for nearly $8, or maybe you think I'm hitting the bid on those all day long. Either way, let's keep climbing to the number 1 spot, listeners. You know what it is. It's our old pal, Nvidia. Nvidia has been up and down to start the year. What were they doing today? They were up a whopping 8 cents, closing 184.94 today, listeners. Nvidia putting up 1.63 million contracts for the number 1 spot today. So again, a very light day. That's roughly half of what we've come to expect from Nvidia these days. And the hot option in Nvidia on a pretty light day, 81,000 of the 220 calls. Average price for these, 65 cents. So 220s, that's pretty far out of the money. By the way, I should mention these are not January. These are February. So if you're saying that's kind of wild, got a little bit more time on these. Looks like paper might have been overriding these as well. So selling the 220 calls to open for 65 cents. You like that as a covered call, listeners? Would you be sellers of those, or would you be buyers? Say, give me those 220s. Either way, that was the hot option on a kind of light day in Nvidia. That is going to do it for us on the hot options report for today. See you back here tomorrow for a lot of great content on the pro side until we're back again after the closing bell. Another episode of the Hot Options Report. Stay safe out there, everybody.
You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.